What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and I'm here with
Gersh1.
Once again, we're back at it, ready to chuck lore giblets at you guys.
I thought you meant like shock.
Yeah, I was thinking shock and like chuck, but it combined it. Kind of like pool shock.
Shucks.
For the greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. I watched this TikTok, so first let me start by asking you guys a question. I watched this TikTok and it was saying that if you want to mimic or sound like The Rock, what you have to do is you have to understand first that he comes from a place where he has an accent from his like Samoan roots or whatever. So usually when people have an accent and they're trying to suppress that accent, they over enunciate certain parts of words. And my friends have said that I do the same thing. So my question to you guys is, can you tell that we're not native English speakers? Comment down below.
I think after that intro, they pretty much should. I'm over here combining words, struggling to put sentences together.
Yeah. So comment down below. Because at the same time, too, we have a lot of UK viewers. So I wonder if we just sound weird, like, altogether.
But not just that, because we have people that, like, when they comment, they're like, oh, sorry for the bad English.
Right. So, yeah, it's bad English, listening to bad English. Let's just start speaking Spanish.
Claro.
Esta pregunta viene de Moon Tuned, or Luna Tuned. Is Sesame Street's Big Bird really a greater demon of Tzeentch? That's a good question.
Yeah, so we got to break it apart piece by piece. Big Bird is an avian creature, which is just like the demons that Tzeentch produces.
Check.
Big Bird is also anthropomorphic. He's friendly. He's got hidden agendas, and he's out to teach.
Check, because it's the greater... he is the god of knowledge. Yep. Now, unfortunately, Big Bird is yellow. Is yellow...
Unchecked.
Yeah, no. That's that's the first strike on Big Bird. Blue is the color of Tzeentch.
Right.
Now, that's pretty much it.
Well, here's the thing, though, because there's different variations of Big Bird depending on where you see him.
Oh, that's true, because there's Abelardo in Mexico.
From Plaza Sésamo.
Exactly. And he's green.
Right.
Is that still Tzeentch? That's another X.
Well, we're getting on the... Because Tzeentch has a bunch of psychedelic colors when you look into it. So maybe the yellows, the greens, all are amalgamations of Tzeentch trying to... your plans and make them into his own.
So take those two X's off and put another check. So it's 3 checks for him being a greater demon of Tzeentch. Now, what is Tzeentch's number? Its sacred number. I didn't just Google this right now. 9. And if you pay attention, if you take the Sesame Street episodes, you divide them by 9. So every 9th episode, Big Bird appears more, like he has more screen time than any other Muppet.
Even Elmo?
Muppets. Even Elmo, yeah. So that's another ding check.
Checks are making dings now. Huh?
Yeah. So yeah, he's a greater demon of Tzeentch.
He probably does warp time to give himself more air time.
Let us know if you guys want us to deconstruct other characters in different universes and see what god they're devoted to.
We all know Elmo's a god of corn.
Really? I thought it was Slanesh.
I was going to say corn because, I mean, you've got that little meme where he's like, there's like fire in the bag.
Oh, yeah.
And that Tickle Me Elmo, that's...
creepy.
Nightmarish.
Next question.
This one's by Hard Base Doge. If demons and chaos are born from large emotions and psychic energy of collected beings, is there a chance that there are gods of fear?
Fear, that's a good question. Because I feel like fear kind of fits into Korn, Tzeentch, Slanesh.
It's all of them, really, when you think about it.
Yeah.
So you got to think that there's 4 main chaos gods, like you said. You have Khorne, which is all about anger, rage, just overall, like the fight or flight aspect of instinctual behavior that feeds into him. You've got Nurgle with entropy, sickness, disease.
The
Tzeentch,
fear of dying, yeah.
Yeah. Tzeentch with like planning. And it's like whenever you think of fear, it'll tie into any little piece of those gods.
Yeah, the fear of the unknown. So it's like you plan, so Tzeentch, and then for Slaanesh, like some people find fear kinky. Like they like going through what are they called during Halloween? The corn mazes with their wanks out. Just
wow, that took a left turn.
And I said it wrong too. With their things out, wanking it. That's what I wanted to say. Sorry, I'm not a native English speaker.
Okay.
But yeah.
That's feeding fear into the chaos gods when you walk through a corn maze like that.
I'm never going to do a corn maze the same way again. I'm not scared of the people popping out to scare me. I'm scared of one guy.
Right. It's like, I shouldn't be afraid of you. You should be afraid of me.
But yeah, like Slaanesh, like fear is a big part of pleasure. You know, whether you know it or don't.
And oftentimes that's what gets people to join Nurgle. The fear of the sickness, the pain you're feeling. It's like, nah, I want to join you and feel ecstasy.
Yeah. Forever young.
I want to be forever young.
Now that we're older, like before, it was like those were stupid little songs. Now that we're older, we're like, oh fuck.
That laugh was like, ha ha ha. I wish that was me.
What do you mean?
Because when I was like saying, I want to be forever young, you laugh.
Oh yeah, because like I hate waking up and feeling sick. I didn't have that when I was younger. I could wake up and just start my day. Now it's like I have to remember what I ate the night before, and I had cheese. Man, that's why my stomach is doing this. This next question comes from Gilham Begis. What humans are well known and respected by most orcs?
Definitely Commissar Yarick.
Yep.
Dude was so respected that they like let him go, and they're like, you know what, you're too much fun. We're not gonna kill you.
Yep. And then the orc headhunters. What are they called? Diggas from.
Oh yeah, Alpha Bruva, the text-to-speech device.
Well, or just Gorka Morka.
Yeah, that too.
Yep.
This one's by Rot Harige. If Slaanesh got a hold of some Tyranids, could we expect some sexy Hive guard with that booty?
Yeah.
So you're saying they're not sexy right now? They don't got that thumper in the back? Look at the Carnifexes.
That's true.
But yeah, I think we talked about like different types of chaos mixes like a few weeks ago, like Khorne orcs, Nurgle Tyranids, that kind of thing. And I just wish that was more of a case with the Xeno races in 40K, because whenever we see chaos something, it's always Space Marines.
Yep. It would be difficult to make Tyranids sexy though with Slaanesh. I think if you want to kit bash, your options are limited, unless you want to go to the more like perverse, whereas like the aliens or the xenomorphs from like Alien, they're supposed to be very phallic in nature.
That's right, yeah.
So that I guess you can consider like hedonistic pleasure type of thing that Slaanesh would do. So instead of having the cool carapace armor, is it called carapace? No.
Yeah.
They would have just like phallic looking skin. It's smooth, veiny.
Yeah, but it's definitely something that would have to be kind of, I don't know, third party, because already GW and Warhammer 40K, they stay away from Slaanesh.
That's true.
Unless you're in Age of Sigmar, then it's like Slaanesh minis here, Slaanesh minis there. You get a Slaanesh demon, you get a Slaanesh demon.
Yeah, I don't know why they ignore 40K.
Right. I mean, they'll say, oh, you could use this model in this, but what about the rules? Like, Age of Sigmar doesn't have the same rule set as 40K.
Yeah.
So now you're stuck playing an awesome named character with generic Greater Demon of Slaanesh rules.
Maybe they're just waiting for like a new Noise Marine line. I hope so.
Mm-hmm. But then again, it's like there is no like Emperor's Children models really.
Right. There's one.
There's one, and it's like, can you really make a whole line with just one guy?
Yeah.
That was like an homage to a past model.
Yeah. There's some really cool Kit Bash stuff, though. I think I've said this before, but if you check out, there's a YouTuber called Pete the Wargamer.
Mm-hmm.
He's done a conversion for Noise Marines that's very, like, chef's kiss. This next question comes from Gofaria Rebels. Hello. How have you guys been? Okay.
When we're not eating cheese at night.
Yeah. My question is, can Gene Stealers also get corrupted by chaos? I've been curious lately. They're kind of like the orcs, where like if like let's say there's a Gene Stealer cult and a whatever other cult like Slaneshi cult or Corn cult, and the Corn cult starts recruiting the members of the Gene Stealer cult. What usually happens is that the patriarch sends his boys to kill the ones that are being like brought over to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Because the ones that would be are the ones that have the weakest connection to the warp, which would be like first generation or just straight up like recruits. So
Nicholas Jimenez says, whose Dreadnought armor is stronger between Bjorn the Fell-Handed of the Space Wolves or the Iron Dragon of the Salamanders?
I think it's the Iron Dragons, right?
Yeah, definitely the Salamanders. They're already expert craftsmen and like forge masters. When you look at Bjorn the Fell-Handed and what like an awesome character and how like he meant something to the Space Wolves, and they just gave him some like hand-me-down, broken down, regular as Dreadnought. Like, come on, they're doing him dirty.
Yeah, no Contemptor Dreadnought or nothing like that.
No.
Hopefully in the near future we get a
Like
story where like he's like, oh no, he goes from the regular shitty Dreadnought to like now at least the Primaris Dreadnought.
Right, something to make him look cool. Like, don't get me wrong, the shield and the axe and the embellishments look cool, but it's the old Dreadnought chassis that I don't like.
Yeah.
Too boxy.
Mm-hmm.
This one's by Death Kitty. Do you know the Muffin Man?
I don't know that whole little like back and forth.
You don't know the Muffin Man?
I don't know that.
The Muffin Man.
I don't.
The one who lives on Drury Lane?
No, I don't.
Ah, okay. I'll rewatch Shrek.
But is that really what they do? They just go back and forth with the old... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I really do need to rewatch Shrek. Next question comes from Derek DeVore. Is the only way for the beginning of Warhammer universe to defeat chaos is to cease? Therefore, they cease to exist? Cheers. Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. If you cease, you can't think, you can't believe, and you can't feed the Chaos Gods.
Right.
Because sentience is what basically is making humanity the main food source, I guess you can say, for the Chaos Gods.
Yep.
Because it's all belief, it's all prayer, it's emotion.
Yeah. Unless they want to do some like Greek mythology thing and then create the emperor into like the god emperor who then becomes like Zeus, and how Zeus destroyed the Titans and put them in that little like hole in the
Tartarus.
Ocean. Yeah. And maybe if GW wants to do that, but then you get rid of 4 lines of minis. So probably won't happen. Next question.
This one's by DStonk333. If the Tyranids supposedly came from outside of the Milky Way, how do you explain them having psychic powers if there is no warp outside the Milky Way?
They were here before, or they encountered a species that was psychically powerful that left the Milky Way galaxy.
Or evolution. The more biomass they ate, they found that, oh, these creatures actually were getting powers from the warp. And like, oh, well, let's integrate that into the next generation of Tyranids.
Yeah.
And eventually that became zoanthropes. Because I think they said zoanthropes are like that because of the Eldar craft worlds that they ate. Unless they changed that in the lore.
It's been a while since I've read Tyranid lore. This next question comes from Kembra James. He has a thumbnail of women's legs. What happened to the male blanks? That's a good question. I think they probably just get fed to the Emperor.
Yeah. Well, no,
Or no,
that's the
there's
opposite.
Yeah.
That's giving the emperor diarrhea.
I actually don't know why there hasn't been any male blanks.
Maybe it has something to do with like genetics, like the chromosome things.
Yeah,
Kind of like
maybe.
how gene seed and yeah.
Yeah.
Because all the sisters of silence, there ain't no brothers in there.
No brothers of silence. It's because we like to talk.
Hi, I'm vegan, says. Do Tao grow hair like humans, or do they just have the braid? Yeah, I think it's just the braid. I've never seen any humans with like a flat top, or any Tao with like a flat top, or any hair like that.
Yeah. Wait, I thought the commander. There's like a commander who's holding like a sword, but it's like down like that.
And he's got hair?
He has like that, what is it called?
Like a mohawk, kind of?
Yeah, kind of like that. I thought maybe, I don't know. This question comes from Nicophobes. Could Hulk survive in the 40K universe? I think so.
Yeah, definitely. As long as you get him mad enough, he can survive a lot of things. Because I could easily see him tearing through like an orc horde, busting through like a Gorkanaut and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Also, the galaxy is really, really big. So if Hulk wanted to do what he did in the Marvel universe, well, one of that universes, and just like go completely like isolate
Feral.
himself, and yeah, he can do that.
Or he can become super smart and have like his own like, I don't know, faction or army under him.
Yep.
It depends on which reiteration of Hulk we're talking about. Worldbreaker, MCU, was it Joe Fixit or whatever? Where he's like gray.
Oh, yeah.
Demon Hulk.
This next question comes from Andre Nechi. What do the Zenos think about the Emperor? So, we can go down the line. So the Eldar are like, yeah, he's pretty smart and pretty good at like psychic stuff, but he's still not as good as like our what is it called? What are they called?
Us.
Just in general,
Yeah.
us. Yeah, maybe they're that arrogant. Dark Eldar just want to skin him alive, even though there's no skin to skin. And then the orcs think of him as a good fighter, so they've heard. No, they call him like.
He actually did fight against like the Beast, right?
Well, yeah, but I don't like orcs don't really pass down information that much. So I think all they know is like that is like the humans' version of Gork and Mork. And then the Tau. What do the Tau think of the Emperor?
Not much, really, because they don't really think about the Emperor in that way. They're just like, oh, humans are so barbaric and stuff like that.
And then Tyranids don't care.
Well,
Necrons don't care.
unless is the Astronomicon, then they want to get to him ASAP and eat him.
Yeah, or whatever it is that has that on. But then he has a part 2. He says, second question. One of my favorite chapters, the Carcharodons, from which Primarch are they derived, and why is Tiberius so big? I think they're salamanders, right? It would make sense.
Carcharodons?
Because the Carcharodons are normally like a lot bigger, and so are salamanders. And the salamanders are also very like... They're noble because of their... What is it called? The Nocturnian cult thing. So like they are taught to be kind, whereas like the Carcharodons are fleet-based chapters, so they don't have that to fall back on.
Yeah, because I always thought there was no like it was unknown origins, but apparently it's unconfirmed that it's Corvus Corax. That's interesting.
The Raven Guard?
Yeah, because I don't see them as sneaky.
No,
like you have Tiberius the Red Wake, which is like you were saying, huge, and he's got like the lightning claws, and he's just ripping things apart.
I think that's a lie.
Yeah, it'll be like that thing with like
the Exorcist.
Yeah,
Imperial fists. Get out of here.
Grey Knights is what they should have been.
And he says, "Greetings from Italy."
Oh, nice. Italia.
Next question.
This one is by Crypto Koala. Okay, hear me out. Orc trade their teeth as currency, but what would mankind trade for Bitcoin?
Dogecoin or Safe Moon. I will continue to push those meme coins, not because of any reason other than you guys told me to stop. Yeah, and those are the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, please comment down below. Put a question in front of your question. And thanks for listening.
Yeah, as always, this is the Sound Alchemist.
There's one.
And we are out.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.